again.
Okay, so I'm going to continue with the assessment sheet that we worked on earlier on. So in the last class and during the last recording, we were able to get the total score, and we were able also to get the letter grading and the remark. So what we're about to do at this point in time is to add some cool features to this sheet. And one of those features is making this information a table. That's the first thing we're going to do. Then we're going to continue with conditional formatting using the COUNTIF function. Then after making it a table, we'll also learn how we can sort data on this particular assessment sheet. So once we're done with that, we can wrap up and you can now go and do the assignments that we are going to give you after this session. So for my own assessment sheet, I worked with letter grading of A, B, and C. So the first thing I want to do is to have conditional formatting on this grade, so that anywhere I have a pass, it's represented by yellow, and if it is a fail, it's represented by a red. All right. So by the time you're doing or editing your own Excel sheet, you're going to work with all other colors from green, blue, light blue, orange, yellow, and red, because you have more expressions for your remark than I do. But I'm going to do for pass and fail, which is yellow and red, while you can continue with the others on your sheet. So first thing I'm going to do, since I want to add conditional formatting to the remark, is I'm going to highlight where I have the remark that I want to put conditional formatting on. So now that I have it highlighted, I'll go to conditional formatting. Then since I'm working with two color scales, I can just go and pick two color scales. All right. I can just pick two color scales. So once I've done with the two color scales, I'm going to go back into conditional formatting. Then I'll go to manage rules. So now that I'm here, if you remember when we worked on conditional formatting, the first thing you're going to do is to edit rule. All right. So we're going to format cell that contain pass and cell that contain fail. All right. So cell value. So cell value, then we are going to say when cell value is equals to, we'll come here, we can either type in pass, sorry, PASS, then I'll go to my format. For pass here is represented in yellow. So I'll come to my fill and I'll click on yellow and I'll click OK. All right. Then I click OK. So what I've done here is anytime there is pass, it will be highlighted in yellow. Then I could apply. All right. You can see that all is being highlighted yellow now because there is no fill. So, but I might have somebody that will fill the course. So I'm going to go over again and I click on new rule. Then I go to format cell that contains fill. So I have exact value. All right. So here I can just type in fill. Then I go to my color formatting. Then I pick the exact color that I have for fill over here. And I click OK. Then OK, and I apply. So now it seems like nothing is being done, right? Let me close it. But take for instance, let's look for one of the border students, okay? So this is Tolu who had 50. So if I reduce Tolu's score further by from 9 and I make this a 1 and I move over. So you can see right now that his score is now 42 because 42 is in the grade of fail. Automatically, the remark has changed to fail. So we have further formatted this sheet using conditional formatting. All right. So let me take another student. Okay, this is a student that has 58, and that is Jessica. So how many mark can I reduce to take her to fail? So this, let me make this 11-1. All right, so you can see 48 and fail, and automatically this turns to a fail. So that is how to do conditional formatting on our assessment sheet. So your job will be when you're working on your own assessment sheet, you're going to represent all the gradings for excellent, very good, good credit, and pass. So I hope that is understood at this point. All right. So next, I won't finish that. What I want to do is to bring up or make like a summary table for this course. So I want to put a small table on top of what I already have here. So I'll go to my role 1 and I'll highlight just like I have here. Then what I'm going to do next is to insert. So I'll insert new row. So I'll go 3 times. All right. So I'm going to insert new rows. So I'll go 1, I'll go 2, I'll go 3. All right. So I've moved my main data downwards so I can insert my new row here, my new table, and that will be my summary table. All right. So I can say summary, all right. Then I move forward. So the first summary will be for letter gradient A. Then I have B, I have C, and I have F. So when you're working for or as per your classwork, you have more representations in D and E. So you have to reflect that. But for me, I'm okay because I just have A, B, C, and F. All right. So I'm going to, okay, let me add one more role. All right, so that I can separate my summary table and the main table downstairs. So I'm going to come here, I'll highlight summary and A, B, C, and F. Then I'm going to align it centrally. So once that is done, I'll go to borders, just like we did in our first exercise, all borders, and we have that. So what I want to make Excel do for me now is to automatically count the number of A's I have here. And when it gets to B, automatically count for B. When it gets to C, automatically count C. And when it gets to F, automatically count F. So I'm going to use the function called the COUNTIF. The COUNTIF. So I'll start by putting equals to count. So you will see the COUNTIF will automatically be populated. All right, so I click on it, then I press the tab on my keyboard, sorry. Then it asks me that what is the range of data where I want this information A to be reflected. So I'll come here, this is my range of data. I will highlight my letter gradings. When I'm done, I separate with a comma. Then it asks me for criteria. So criteria here is the grade I want to return. So in my case, it is A. So I put an inverted comma. and I put A in there. Close it and I close the bracket and just press enter. So automatically you see 10. So if you count all the A's here, it will give you a value of 10. All right. So let's take a count. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So imagine when you have hundreds of data, you can easily sort and count data by just using COUNTIF within seconds, and it will give you accurate answer. All right, so that's another beauty of Excel. So we go again for B, repeating the same function. So I start by putting equals to. I'll be a little bit fast now because you know how I got it. I highlight COUNTIF, then I use the tab on my keyboard. Range of values, the same thing. I go to the same range. Then I separate with a comma. Please mute your microphone. Mute your microphone, guys. Kingsley. So, sorry about that. After I have my range of values, then I put B in inverted comma. So B, then I close the bracket and I press enter. So automatically you get the count for B, which is 3. I'll do the same thing for C. COUNTIF, I tab, range of values, I highlight, separate with a comma. All right, I put my C in inverted comma, I close the bracket and I press enter. So I have it as 5. Okay, then lastly, F. All right, so COUNTIF, I tab, range, still my same range. All right, separate with a comma, then F. I'll close it. Yes. So what I've done here is I've used this table to summarize the data I have here. So I can come here and put the sum total. So if I say equals to sum of all what I have here, it will still give me the same 20. Okay. So now look at the beauty of what we are doing. So take for instance, if I have 3 initially, if I add some score to the first guy here, which is 55, to take him up to the level of a B. So look at what happens to our sum total here. So let's say from 4, I give him a 12. So you can see automatically the total score goes up, the grade here turns to B, and our B here is being increased while the C is reduced. So automatically, Excel is helping us to do all our calculation without stress. So you don't need to worry about manually correcting your sheet once you have done such operation using all the logical function, just like we've been doing since. All right. So next thing I want us to do, or next thing I'm going to be showing you, is how to make this into a table. Okay. So it is very simple. I will come into the first cell over here. I'll go to insert. Then you can see it says insert table. I will click. Then it's asking me that where is the data for the table? And you can see Excel has already highlighted some data for the table, which is actually my data in this case. If it's not your data, you can click into this small red button and make sure you capture all the data you want to make into a table. Then the second thing is asking me is my table has headers, and yes, my table will have header because this name and scores all will show in header. So I can click OK to that. Okay, so we have made this into a table. All right. So here it seems like we don't have anything here. So let me change the color so that you can see what we have here. So I go to home and I change this to black. Good. So you can see now we have all our scores back. So now we have made this into a table. And somebody might want to ask, what is the significance of making this into a table? The significance is this can help us to sort data. Take for instance, if I come to letter grading and I say, okay, I want to see all the students that scored A. So I'll just click on, I will just click here, all right? And I will just, in search box, I'll just type A. Then I'll click OK. So you see, the data has been sorted to show only the students that score A, and you have their distribution. So take for instance, if I want to sort for the students that score only B, I'll still come here in search and type B, all right, and I click OK. Now you can see only the students that score B, all right. Take for instance, when I'm done, I can come here and select all and click OK, and you have your table back. So I want to say, okay, who are the students that failed? I'll come here and type fail. It's there already, and I say OK. So you can see the 2 students that fail, and you can scream, okay, somebody is raising hand. All right, let's see. Yes. So can we have your question?
Sir.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes, I'm with you.
This table, can it be printed out?
Of course, it can be printed out, which is a very good question. So take for instance, if I only want to print for the student that failed, just the way it is, I'll just go to my file, all right, print. So you can see it's only showing me the information that I displayed. Oh, Kingsley, can you mute your mic? So you can see it's showing me only the distribution of the student that failed, all right? So the option can also help you to sort data that you can print if you don't want to print all the old information on your distribution or on your table. So that's a good question. Hope that is fine.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. So please mute your mic so that we can go on. So I want to my whole table back. So I'll click by the side and select all. And I click OK, and you have your table back. So now you have made this into a table. So lastly, also, since we have our breakdown of the grades, you can highlight the A's to F and bring this up in a graphical representation. So you can go to insert and you can just click any chart. So here is a bar chart. So you can just click a bar chart and automatically you see a chart for the scores. So you can work on any chart you want. All right, so I can just add this chart. Let me accommodate it better. So I can bring it by the side. okay? So that maybe if you're making a presentation to management, you can just show them, okay, this is the distribution, okay? So you can just say, this is the distribution score distribution, all right? Oops, I was, so score distribution. So there you have it, okay? So we've done a lot of things here, and I want you to take it back. The starting point will be on the homework that you had earlier on. You do the same thing, show the representation just as you have for A to F. Then using this color grading for excellent, very good, till when you get to fail, and the color breakdown as highlighted. Do a conditional formatting for your remark. Come up with your summary table. Make your information into a formal table. Then lastly, you can come up with a distribution chart, just like you have here. And for this chart, you can copy this chart, take for instance, Control C, and use it for a presentation in PowerPoint. All right. So can you all see the PowerPoint showing right now? Okay, I have a question here. Yes, your network is bad, no problem. We have the recording session on. You can watch it and go along. If you have any question, you can bring it up later. All right. So now I have a new screen, which is a PowerPoint. I can paste that information. So Control V. Okay, let me go paste. Let me go copy again. So here I have Control C. Then I go back, Control V. So you see, so you can use this to do a lot of things, maybe make presentation to management, tell them about the class calls, those that have A, number of those that have B, and it can just help you just manipulate data in different ways and just put other layouts for PowerPoint maybe by the side. That's another course for those of you that have your third course at PowerPoint. We'll get there and we'll treat all this in details. Okay, so that's just to show you how you can manipulate data. All right, so any question at this point? Let me first stop my recording, then we can take any question that you might have and conclude on this session with your last assignment.